Welcome back, guys. I'm really excited to show you this property today. This is a special one. It was a foreclosure situation, and I was really excited to get into this property, so I can't wait. Let's go take a look. All right, so before we head inside, just a couple things I wanted to talk about on the outside that I thought were somewhat interesting. So if you'll look behind us here, the house is actually set down below the street level, which creates some interesting drainage problems. This is something that we have to deal with in this area, and it's a very normal situation. So when we took a look underneath the house, what we noticed is that there was some water stains underneath the foundation. And when we traced everything, we figured it out that there's just really poor drainage here. There is a drainage section here underneath or next to the garage. It's mostly clogged, and it's, in fact, I'm not even sure if you'll be able to see it now. But so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and cut a trench along the garage door here and around the front door, and then we're going to tie it into an existing drainage system and then take that further down the house. And what we're hoping to do with that is just address the drainage, increase the capacities for when we get copious amounts of rain. I mean, yesterday where we are just had a ton of flooding, so we're hoping to avoid that and make sure that we can maintain the integrity of the foundation for longer. So anyways, let's go ahead and go inside. So I think to really appreciate what we're going to be doing here, I just wanted to give a little bit of background on the house itself. From what I understand, it was built in the 1970s. And it very much has that original 1970s charm. So we've got in here a lot of dark finishes. We have the support beam up here, which is actually load bearing. It's in a very dark wood, and it matches all the existing cabinetry, but it creates a really dark atmosphere. And what we're hoping when we're done with this one is to really brighten it up. You also have this interesting divider here. In the 1970s, open concept wasn't a really popular idea. So with this big rectangular space, I believe that the people who built this, they were just trying to create a better, more defined concept for the dining room to separate it from the living room. I can see it, it's just really not my taste. So what we're gonna go ahead and do here is we're gonna start with the fireplace. This is a huge, huge fireplace. We're not sure exactly how much it weighs, but it may actually be structural. Because of this, we had to try and get creative with how we were gonna deal with it. The reason that I really don't like the way it sits is because it's completely off center in the living room. Even though in a way it's still kind of on the left side, it makes sense logically, just visually appealing, it's very distracting. And so what we're gonna do, instead of removing this, we're gonna demo the hearth here. We're gonna try and level it out as much as we can, and then we're just gonna take sheetrock and we're just gonna go right over the top of it. And that's just gonna kind of create a blank wall, and then on top of that, what we're gonna do with that wall is put in some built-in cabinetry, which I'm really excited for when we're done here. As far as the living room, we're gonna remove the divider here. We're gonna create this into one open space here. And with the kitchen, this is another one of those interesting things where you have this big support beam here, and this is actually, once again, load bearing. It's not something that we can remove as it would threaten the structural integrity of the roof. So instead what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the cabinetry here in the kitchen and we're gonna make it flush with the support beam here. And we're gonna remove the floating cabinetry here, and we're gonna turn this into a big open bar. And the idea here is just that you can be here cooking, hanging out. We're gonna have a little overhang here where you can actually come and sit with your stools, chat to whoever's cooking in the kitchen, and then you can see out and appreciate everything in the living room. But it's gonna be a really interesting, fun project, and there were just a lot of kind of quirks of the home that we had to work around, and I'm really hoping that this is gonna turn out into a really lovely and enjoyable space. All right, guys, this takes care of the living area. Let's go check out the master bedroom. But before we get there, something else I wanted to cover before we head in. Right here, what we've got is the original utility room. There's quite a bit of water damage where the water heater currently stands, and we're gonna kind of have to mitigate some of the structural stuff. We're gonna open it up, take a look, make sure that the floor joists are okay, not overly rotted, and if they are, we're gonna have to do some repairs. But what we're going to do, because right now this home is a 2-bath home with 1 bathroom on the main, which is the master, and then 1 bath down below, which serves the common area, we're gonna add a half bath in here. And this is one of those things where if we have guests over, we're entertaining, we would really love to have a common bath for everybody to have access to. I think this is just something that is kind of important instead of sending people downstairs and they have to go down and up, and it's extremely inconvenient. So we'll be turned into a bathroom, and the utility itself will be taken downstairs, and we'll show you guys that in a little bit. So let's go check out the master. So here's the master bedroom. It's not the biggest room in the world. It's pretty good size. I'd say this is definitely I don't know the exact size off the top of my head. I believe it's a 12 by 18 foot bedroom. It's really good size, can fit a king, no problem. But what I wanted to emphasize here is just the location of the master and its view. So where we are, we're up in the trees and it really feels like a tree house. What we intend to do here, and we're gonna do this in the living room as well, is to expand the windows, put in big picture windows to really try and maximize the view of the trees, right? This is something that I think is very important for people that are buying homes in this area. They want to really feel like they're in a tree house. They want to appreciate the nature and the atmosphere around them. So let's go take a look here at the bathroom. So it's a bit of an awkward setup in here. What we're gonna do is, and I'll show you this in a minute, we've got our master bath here, and we have kind of the more 70s style of taking and putting the vanity in the closet itself. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna close these up, create two separate spaces. We'll have our walk-in closet here, the vanity will be removed, we'll have some shelving put in here, and then we'll go ahead and fix up the master bathroom. And what we're gonna do in the master is we're gonna close this off, put a pocket door on the wall facing the master bedroom. We're gonna go ahead and put a dual vanity in here. Then we're gonna do something really nice, put some nice stone or tile in the, and it'll be a walk-in master shower. Hope we're looking to do maybe a dual head system if we can for both of the shower spouts. So I think it's gonna turn out really nice when we're done. Let's go check out the downstairs. So down here in the basement, we're gonna go ahead and start with the bathroom. Now, unfortunately, we don't have any power in there. There are no windows, it's pitch black. But what we have in here is, it's a pretty deep bathroom. We have a dual vanity, kind of an interesting setup with the toilet. It's set back from the stand-up shower, and then there's a big closet space in the back. So what we're planning on doing is moving the shower a little bit closer to the stairs out here. And what we're gonna do in the back where this big open closet is, we're gonna turn that into the utility room. So that's gonna allow us, again, to give us the space for the bathroom, the half bath upstairs, while also still having our utilities downstairs in a place that's accessible. It's near the bedrooms where, you know, presumably the kids or other family members might be living. So it creates more utility. Plus it's just kind of, I'm not a huge fan of utility rooms. It can be a bit of an eyesore. I like to kind of tuck them away in a room that's accessible, but not immediate. So in here, we've got our first bedroom. This is a good sized bedroom. Once again, you know, we have a wonderful view. It's got a lot of storage space, which we're really excited about. So it's a nice and pleasant space for anybody to, you know, to live. And here we have our third bedroom. And again, it's a smaller bedroom, smaller space, more conventional, but still with plenty of storage and closet space. Oh, and up above, I just wanted to show right here, this is where the water heater is. So it's very obvious, you can see that there's gonna be some work that needs to be done up there. So before we head in here, what we're gonna do is, it's really important to, and this is something I've learned over the years, is you wanna have as much storage space as possible. You really wanna maximize all your open spaces. So what we're gonna do is, we've got this open space here under the stairs. We're gonna frame this in, we're gonna close it up, have a little access door, and it adds an extra, 10 to 15 square feet of space. I mean, it's a great, nice solution, and it just gives somebody a little extra space to put stuff. So let's go check out the bonus room. So in here, we have this really lovely space. It's just gonna be a great place to hang out, spend some time, get a little peace and quiet from the chaos that might be going on upstairs. So here's the lower level of the fireplace that was up above. We have a wood stove in here. Just as above, we're gonna go ahead and remove the hearth, the stove, and we're gonna go ahead and sheetrock over that. Here, we're probably gonna put another big picture window here. Once again, just looking to maximize the atmosphere and try and emphasize that we're in the trees, right? We're in a tree house, we're in this forest. It's just a beautiful, quaint, and peaceful place to be. So let's go take a look outside. So we're out here on the back deck, and this is the lower level. There's a second one just above us, and we have our backyard access down here. And one of the interesting drawbacks that we actually have of the property is that there's very little usable backyard space. And one of the interesting parts is you'll actually see down here a flat section. This is an access road for sewer, and what they'll do is about twice a year come through here and pump the sewer, and they take their truck. And we have, so this was something that's kind of a unique issue with the property, is just the easement agreement that we actually have with the city. Now, it's nothing we can't work around, but it just creates interesting challenges where the only flat spot or part of the backyard, it's not inaccessible for us, but it loses some of its utility. We can't put sheds there, no permanent structure. So It just, for anybody who wants to live here in the future, it's going to create some interesting situations if they want to build a shed or a little shop or something of that sort. And the property line itself actually does extend down below this road. So there's the opportunity for terracing in any of these things, which we may consider doing just to recover some of that lost land. As far as the deck is concerned, all we have to do are some repairs. It was really well built. It's cantilevered over, so there are no supports going all the way down to the ground. It's all attached to the house. And then the only significant issue, and this is something I took a tumble on this the first time I came to check out the property, we've got to redo the stairs. That's the big concern here. Once we do that, we're going to have nice access to the backyard. So that's it for the house. Now, as far as budget, we're going to take about $100,000. I'm going to put that into this house. And we're going to be doing new cabinetry, floors. We're going to be doing a new panel, new roof. We're going to be repairing the stairs. Like I said, we're going to be doing lots of sheetrocking, new doors. This house is getting a total makeover. We're also going to be doing some other cosmetic things. We're going to be putting a fence and a gate in up at the top of the driveway just to provide a little bit of privacy. And we're going to be putting a little bit of fencing down below for room for dogs or, just privacy. So it's there's a lot that's going to be going into this house. And when we're done, I'll go ahead and detail you the final budget. And I'm excited to show you guys this project when we're done. And that's it for now. Have a great day and live beautifully.